Hi, and welcome back to the 100 Mold Project. This week is a pretty simple style that's done kind of in the spirit of the tulip. I really wanted to start creating a line of jars that had a thicker wall. There's something about a really thick concrete casting that I've just been loving as I'm looking for inspiration images. And as always, here is a 3D printed draft to just verify that I'm headed in the right direction. It doesn't have the same bottom foot like the tulip, but I use the same golden ratio in calculating the design to create a pleasing jar to the eye. There's nothing specifically difficult about the machining of this jar, and it's pretty straightforward. First, a facing of the front, roughing of the sides and inside, and then finishing passes to cut the final shape. The top fillet on this jar is flat and not completely curved. I made the decision last minute to face as a second step and finish the inside first here. I find that as I'm trying to figure out meeting tool paths and making sure I don't have any grooves, that this is the best way I've found to do it. I do verify my machine measurements before I get started on a test piece of stock, but I do like to measure the inside of the jars before I move forward, because if anything's off, this is the best time to fix it. I do try to keep my tolerance to about 5 thousandths. That's about the thickness of a coat of paint I find for this purpose. While I probably could get closer with a little bit more work, I think that's adequate. My apologies, you can't see things better here. I have been trying to research different coolant options. I do like to use coolant because you can feel the heat on the tools when I am done. Most of the time I probably don't need it, but it's just peace of mind. And here is the finished jar. Again, white is very hard to film. I'm still working at it. Probably just need an even darker background, but pretty pleased with how this turned out. And this week we're going to do some silicone mixing and pouring for a little bit more behind the scenes. And here we are with the finished mold. I am super happy with how this turned out, and you'll see in a little bit when I demold it. For this video and all the previous videos of the 100 mold project, I have been casting with Simmental. I actually like using a concrete mix better, and we'll show my recipe in the next few weeks. Simmental just cures faster, and so for these one-offs it is easier. I will also add that I have been liking a thicker mix lately. I find I get fewer bubbles. I have found the combo of the thicker mix and light tapping gets a better result than a vibrating table. As I said before, this jar does not have a foot by design, although the mold does have a small little pouring allowance to it. So I do recommend sanding it off and not pouring to the top if you do decide to purchase this mold.